What's up, YouTube? This is P from PBKM, and this week, well, I'm making up for last week, our last couple of weeks. As you know, or hopefully as you know, I have a page on Facebook, PBK Marketing, on Facebook, but that's neither here nor there. Basically, I had hard drive failure, and basically what ended up happening is this drive right here failed on me and no longer works. Downside to it is where all my video templates and stuff for the videos that I do are. So it's a wee bit of a setback because it's not actually broke. Sometimes it works, but then it cuts off in like 5 or 10 minutes and I just can't seem to get it to work right or do right. So that's data that's not accessible to me, and luckily I kind of expect these types of things because I'm that level of paranoid, which there's nothing wrong with. But also I'm gonna just go ahead and go into some reviews because I haven't had a chance to really get any reviews done lately due to the unexpected. Number one, I played Saints Row 4. It's a lot of fun. The stuff that I really liked about it is it's like a softer, funnier GTA, which everyone should know already from the previous 3. This one, your character talks a lot. And also, too, you can customize your character however you want. I made mine a black woman with large boobs because I knew that there would be lots of times when I would see her naked. So, that was fun. The races in it aren't too bad, which means actually running around race. They're not bad at all. They're doable. The mayhem modes are fun. You get all sorts of superpowers. They're based on different things, and some of your superpowers come in multiple flavors. So that was a plus. So definitely telekinesis, the stomp, and pretty much the sprint were definitely ones that were needed. And the jump is definitely cool too. But death from above is fun. And you know, there's just plenty of things to do. I've already gone through the entire storyline, so it has some very nice twists and turns in it, and lots of various references to all sorts of things in pop culture. So that's definitely a plus. Next, I've started playing Dark. It's not bad. I'm not really into it yet. Kind of sort of reminds me a little bit of Soul Reaver and a little bit of Vampire the Masquerade thus far. So I'll probably get more into that one the deeper I get into it. And I played something else. You know, I still haven't played the new pack for Skyrim yet. Have not managed to do that yet. Said that's mostly my bad. I'm still playing through Deadpool. But like, so that wasn't bad. And I revisited Left 4 Dead. I touched and tried out Payday 2. It looks a wee bit complicated. I'm not really impressed with it, but I like the premise and the concept behind it. I think pretty much the biggest thing I want to talk about was Saints Row 4. But anyway, last night I picked up GTA 5. Went on ahead and installed that, 2 discs and everything else. It's a whole bunch of fun. Yeah, you can just hear my computer in the back just screwing up stuff. Anyway, I had a chance to actually go ahead and play part 5. I'm just starting it in, maybe like 2 or 3 hours into it, maybe. I like the way that it's built. It's a lot more robust. They've brought back a lot of stuff that's fun. The switching through various character types is definitely a plus and interesting. I like the interwoven dynamic they have in it. Thus far, it's pretty good. It's a little different, but it's pretty good. So I'm loving how that's going thus far. Also been like, because I didn't get the chance to go over the movies I was watching and such. So I'll go ahead and take the time to do that now, because like right now I'm doing this by myself, so it's kind of more like a review show. Hopefully I'll have ARM or somebody in here with me, and I'll actually just have some of this stuff up to discuss and get their opinions and such on it, because I find that a much more interesting thing, if you get what I'm saying. And also, too, probably won't be any video when I start doing that. Anyhow, the major thing is I watched the rest of the Transfer series. So that's 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Okay. Pretty much with these things is kind of more the same. Part 3, he has to go back to the past and he gets to meet his future daughter, actually, and he has to get some information for his ex-wife to basically stop this evil general who is now making transfers and has it under the guise of the most elite fighting force on the planet. So that's pretty much how that works, and it works out pretty well. Transfers 4, they send someone back. I think the part 3 is the one with his ex-wife in it too, that they send her back. Part 4, I think, is when they send the fish guy back. He's calling Godzilla back to get him, and the future is all jacked up, and they really need to send him back to fix some stuff, and of course kill like a specific target. And that kind of works its own little interesting magic. And 5 is the one where he is now the time cop that they use, that they send down the line exclusively. And he's supposed to go back to a particular time period to kill the first transfer, and ends up sent all the way back to like medieval times, where he kills off transfers that are apparently vampires of the time period that he was sent back to, and he pretty much fights to try and get sent back to the present and save the day. And then there's Transfer 6, where if I remember correctly, he works to get back to the future, but he ends up coming back as his daughter. And as his daughter, he has to keep her alive from dying, and in addition to that too, he also has to keep the streets clean. So he stays as his daughter at the end of it. They're all actually rather interesting to watch, and quite good entertainment. So that's 4 movies right there. I also watched Gunhed. Basically, it's in a post-apocalyptic future, of course, where it's this group of scavengers going in to basically collect salvageable junk to sell on the black market. And in the process of that, they come across a gunhead and ammo, and they have a mechanic. Anyway, most of the scavengers die except the mechanic and like the one individual they pick up, and a couple of kids who actually live on the island. And he ends up basically having to escape using a gunhead to basically help him escape. It's really interesting to watch. If you can catch up with it, you definitely should go see it. Totally. I watched Crash and Burn. This is the sequel to Robot Jocks. It actually was not too bad. They straight pulled a 2-man Bishop in the movie though, where basically they're all being watched by at least one synthetic human. So, in not so many words, you do get to see a giant piece of mech move to end up killing one of them, but at the end you find out that there are really 2 of them, and they also have red fluid that looks a lot like blood, so that they're not easily identifiable. So that's pretty much where we are with that one. It's actually a nice movie with a happy ending, so to speak. And then there's Freaky Deaky, not to be confused with Spooky Boogie, which of course I just say that because I like to say the word Spooky Boogie. Michael J. White is in it. Yeah, he plays a black guy who basically is the driver for Mr. Woody. And Mr. Woody is a rich guy who had a party, supposedly raped the girl, but she was so high she doesn't really know if she was raped or not. And they bring in a cop who was the ex-bond specialist, which they play with at the beginning when they end up accidentally blowing up a pimp. Well, it's not accidental. They intend to blow him up. And towards the end, it's all basically working out how to get money out of Mr. Woody, who, for the most part, would probably just freely give them the money. It's a real funny movie to watch. I had a ball watching it. And then there's X-Men First Class. ARM basically was telling me about this. First warning for all you guys who are into heavy things like that, where you're real deep to the comics and such. As long as you can ignore the origin and go with the origins in the movie, it's actually a good movie. Because there's a lot, like if you want to get technical, there's a lot that they got right and there's a lot that they got really, really wrong. But the devil's in the details. Basically, it's how it all happens that makes it more wrong than anything else. Love the effects in it, came together real good, and I still say, if they wanted to turn Magneto into the most dangerous mutant on the planet, make him a physicist. But like that takes his magnetism power to a whole new level. But all in all, though, it was definitely fun to watch. I enjoyed watching it, and it has spawned some very interesting conversations since. One being, would Ghost Rider's penance dare kill Batman? Figure that out amongst yourselves. I have my own answer, but I'm not going to say it now. I'll bring this up later in some other podcasts or conversation. And pretty much that looks like that's basically it for me. Right now I'm in the process of working out some stuff with music. I'm getting some logistical stuff together and such, but I kind of need the money to go ahead and make that happen, so I'm working on that. That's a thing in progress. Also, too, locally in the small town of Florence, South Carolina, we had ourselves a little miniature Comic-Con. You can go to my main page, Pierre Kelly. It's the one with the smiling face with the dreads on it. Anyway, basically, long story short, we had a Comic-Con. It was actually fun. I went. I posted some pictures on my page. But probably really need to post some pictures on my business page. And you know what? I might do that. And it was fun. This is one of the things I like to do. Playing a comic book, playing cosplay going on. They had steampunk jewelry and the usual sorts of trinkets, toys, and whatnot. And also, it's just a nice place to meet a bunch of people who are really excited about, well, things that are based in fantasy. So that's kind of awesome. And really nothing more I can say about that. It's been a pretty good couple of weeks, considering I couldn't really post much about it one way or the other, but you do what you can. As usual, though, I haven't forgotten about my business. I still do it. I am still IBO491392, and my key is KEL, and that will definitely get you into being in the Cool Kids Club with being a customer of my PBKM Amway business. So you can go to www.amway.com/PBKM and register for free using that same information. And pretty much Dr. Oz did a nice little thing about types of vitamins, because there's lots of people who take vitamins. Like, don't get me wrong, if you feel like you need to take vitamins, I'm probably the dude you need to holler at. The reason why? Yo, man, we got some pop rock kid vitamins if you ain't really heavy into vitamins. That way you can get kind of a basis of what you need in a fun way. We also have gummy vitamins if you're into that too. So you ain't got to be a kid to have them. And also too, we have the usual multivitamin and the free free daily multivitamin. They're both multivitamins, but they're not free. They cost money. But basically, you can buy them in a month to 3 months to 6 month supply. I bought a 6 month supply. After everything's said and done, it's like $30 for me. It's probably right around that for you. That takes care of you for 6 months. I mean, and it really only takes care of me for 2 months because I actually take my multivitamin twice a day. I only have to take it once a day, but I take it for twice a day because I usually have hard, rough days. Anyway, and I'm a big guy. But anyway, that's neither really here nor there. Basically, that was the thing that I was pushing last month, and it's cool because it's something that you can still use today. This month, though, I don't know exactly what I'm going to say I'm doing for this month. Been like, because Dr. Oz did the thing with multivitamins, so I'm just going to do the vitamin again. So that way you don't have to go spend a whole bunch of money buying a whole bunch of supplements to get your daily fix. You can just go ahead and get a multivitamin for us. Amway, you can go look this stuff up. They're very meticulous about how they grow and take care of this stuff, and even how they assemble it, because it's really a food pill. It's not a mega multivitamin, but it does give you pretty much like somewhere between 400 to I think 1,000% of what you need. Not as much as 4,000. That seems a bit much to me, but you get the daily dose of the stuff that you really need to have in your system, and you get small doses of the other things. And if you have a deficiency in anything, like your doctor has informed you that you have a deficiency in it, we also have additional supplements like the calcium with vitamin D supplement that you can take. I think it's like Calcium Advance or something like that. We also have calcium is like the big one. We do have a straight vitamin D supplement too, because I was on that for a bit too. We have what you need, basically, is when it comes down to that. And that's what I'm basically trying to say. Also too, I'm mostly talking to people who are already taking vitamins and such, you know. Just compare. You don't have to buy to compare. You can just go by the website and pull up our health information, because we have all that in the site too. And you can just look there. And I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. Said, I'm a salesman and I can probably sell you whatever you don't need, but I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in you actually buying something you're going to use and need, and you just continue working with me on that. So that's pretty much it. Thus far, I'm going to go ahead and call it here, and I'm probably going to go ahead and get some more time pretty much into this. So yeah, hopefully I should have a video for you next week, because I'm off most of this week, and I'm still looking for work at the moment. Said the plastic recycling firm hasn't called me back yet or anything. Said, so it'd be nice to do something in my degree, but I mean, honest now, I'm kind of wondering if I can work an actual 9 to 5 in those really hot conditions that most factories down here are in. We'll see, because maybe I'll find something better freelancer, or my music becomes highly popular, and you never know what can happen. Alright folks, calling it a show, and at some point I'm also check on Steve Fusion X. I ain't forgot about you. I like your game, but there's hadn't had a whole lot of time lately, man. Peace.